Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to learn a little bit more about why we should use the word fat. We're going to comb through the videos of a couple different creators to educate ourselves.
You're contributing to the historical double standard of punishing bigger-bodied women for existing, which is not good.
Before we continue, I'd like to say, God, that debate looks like the most boring thing on the planet Earth. These two men talking about larger-bodied women and how to properly refer to them or whatever is like, Jesus Christ. I would rather watch paint dry or grass grow than to see these two men talk about whatever fat issues or whatever. Jesus Christ. This dude right here, this plant in the background or whatever, it's thinking about, it's reaching for the window. It's growing toward the window as this man speaks about how to properly treat fat women. Pay attention.
You're contributing to the historical
See,
double standard
you can see it growing in real time. It's trying to make it to that window.
of punishing bigger-bodied women for existing, which is not good.
Punishing bigger-bodied women for existing, which is not good. Bro, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to talk about the rhetorical choice of the phrase bigger-bodied women. First and foremost, I would like to express that I full-heartedly believe in the power of men holding other men accountable.
You full-heartedly believe in that? Is that like when you wholeheartedly believe in something? Okay.
And as much as my soul hates giving that guy attention,
Your soul may hate it, but does the rest of you like it?
I understand the value of the discourse that you are generating by trying to debate him.
Oh, yeah? Dude, say words without actually saying anything.
That being said, I think that you and I would both agree that when it comes to speaking on behalf of marginalized groups,
You're not a marginalized group. A, you're not a marginalized group. B, wait, why did I add 3 fingers for B? I don't know. But B, even if you were a marginalized group, who cares? You're not more valid now. You don't have more of a say than the rest of us because you're marginalized. It doesn't mean anything. We're all equal. You can't be equal and marginalized at the same time.
language matters and details are important. Body activists have been fighting for decades.
Body activists? Body activists? Dog, what? Is that what you guys call yourselves? Jesus Christ. Dude, why don't I just defend my own crappy behavior and then pretend I'm some kind of freaking activist? I'm a, likes to touch myself way too damn much activist. Yeah, I'm out there telling people, it's cool, dude. I'm not some kind of disgusting degenerate or anything. Those are jokes. I've never touched myself. That's so disgusting.
To stop making fat a dirty word.
Well, I mean, a dirty word can go both ways. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, you know. Fat could be a dirty word, but like, you know, in a different kind of way. Oh, babe, you are looking fat as fuck. Damn. Shit.
So if you're going to speak to the structural harms of fat people,
I was going to speak to the structural harms of fat people, but now you're making me feel self-conscious about it.
I ask that you use the language that we use.
Can we put the word bastard on there, or is that too far? Or just these fat people,
Now, I understand that you might have chosen the phrase bigger-bodied women because the impact of his words go beyond people who are or identify as fat.
Or he was trying to be nice and you totally missed the point. He was calling you bigger-bodied women or people or whatever just to be nice. He's not going to be like, hey, fat women. Like, even though you call each other that, it just, I don't know, it feels like it has some kind of, it feels like it has some sort of insulting sting if someone who's not fat refers to others as fat. Plus, it's just stupid. The whole thing is just dumb. You're going to be upset with somebody now for referring to the nicer version of the word fat. They just said fat, but in a nicer way. What's the problem here? You go to talk about your black friend. You're like, yeah, here's my my friend Joe. He's black or whatever. Because that's how I introduce my friends that are black. I always say, yo, this is Joe. He's black. I didn't mean to alarm any of you, but he's black. And then Joe's like, what? He's like, no, man, you better call me the N-word. Oh, that's funny shit right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Or you might have been trying not to ostracize people who don't feel comfortable with the phrase or the word fat.
Yeah, he was just trying to be nice. Dude is just trying to be nice. He's like, yeah, these larger-bodied women. And you're all like, what? You better call me fat. And he's like, I don't know. I don't really feel that comfortable. She's like, hey, I am fat. Call me fat. And you're like, is this a trick question? Are you gonna hit me? Is this a trick? Like, say what? Say what one more goddamn time? Say what one more goddamn time, motherfucker? Yeah, damn, I was just trying to be nice, man. Why do you insist? Why do you insist that I call you fat? This is getting weird and aggressive now. She's like, you see this, huh? You see this? This isn't larger-bodied women. This is fat.
But because details are important, I want to direct you to 2 moments in his original video.
Details aren't important. Are we going to point out the big old bar that he's got behind there? And he's got Tito's handmade vodka? Ew, gross, dog.
That explains why the people he is attempting to do harm.
I would literally drink any other drink on earth before Tito's handmade vodka. Jesus Christ, it's so disgusting. I don't drink anymore, but when I did, baby, it was Belvedere. All right, if you're going to drink something good.
Harm to are fat women. The first is that he uses the word fatty when he gives his example of how to find out if somebody's catfishing you. And the second is that he actually identifies his preference as being thick women. So the women who are directly and intentionally harmed by his video are fat women.
Directly and intentionally harmed by his video. What? His video directly and intentionally harmed you? And other fat women as well? That's weird. I thought he just said words. That's pretty weird. I didn't see him like hurting anybody. I thought he was just saying words out of his mouth. And that you, as an adult, have the ability to not listen to those words if you don't care for it. If you can't handle the debate of somebody saying something opposing what you say, then just be a big girl and put your fingers in your ears and go, nah, 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 and don't look at it. Like a big girl. Or is that slandering? I mean, like a fat girl.
And those fat women very much welcome support, but I ask if that support comes in the form of...
In the form of a much sturdier chair. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there. You know, you can't set me up like that. These heavier women, they need support, do they? Come on. That was rife for a chair joke. Speaking of chair, why is the back of your chair so high? Holy shit. This chick is like 4'5".
Also listening to fat women who have been...
Listening to fat women? Bruh, I think we've done enough of that. Y'all don't shut up, man. Once you start listening to fat women, man, oh man, you're stuck now. They don't stop, dog. They'll just keep going.
Asking and struggling to destigmatize the word fat.
Oh, criminy. Oh, yeah, we do need to destigmatize the word fat. It's so stigmatized, homie. And it's such an important issue that we all need to be focusing on right now. Alright, so that was freaking amazing. Now we're going to take a look at another clip from Hannah. And she's going to describe the use of the word fat to us in a much more comprehensive way. This is Hannah. Before we begin, I would like to say that at some point in this video, she's probably going to talk about somebody popping their head up out of the ground. That's my prediction. Alright, Hannah is responding to this comment that reads, "Love your videos. You are an excellent, clear communicator. Can you do a video to help those of us who still bristle at the word fat? Still kinda new." You see, the problem with people going around spreading harmful misinformation is that people like this person in the comment actually believe it, and they reach out to them for guidance. They're like, oh, well, yeah, that sounds great. I don't want to have to worry about my body anymore, and I want to feel good about that. How can I do that? And then this person, Hannah, is like, yeah, dog, I got you.
Oh my god, yes, I've been meaning to do this actually, so thank you for the reminder. If you have watched any of my videos,
I've watched them all, of course.
You know that I use the word fat.
Yeah, and I'm offended by that, honestly. I wish you would stop. Look at her face right here. Look at this micro expression. The place where I pause the video perfectly encapsulates her state of being. She's like, yes. She's like Mr. Bottom Tooth from frickin' Family Guy. Yes, you guys don't understand the use of the word fat. Yes, this would be excellent. I'm going to smear some cream and cheese on a bagel.
I choose not to use any code words. I actually had
I use code words for fat.
therapist who first recommended that I start using the word fat, and I remember so clearly that my reaction was like, no, absolutely not. The word fat has been used as a slur against me. It's been used to put me down. It's been used to treat me like shit. And
all right, so then your therapist was like, yeah, I know that you have all these feelings and this history with the word, but just shut up and start using it anyway. You're a follower. You'll do what I say. I'm some random moron with a lab coat on. Of course you'll do what I say. And then what did you do? Did you hold fast to your ideology, or did you change the way that you think and feel at the drop of a hat because somebody who you perceived as an authority figure told you to?
Use me, I'll never say the word fat. And my therapist basically said, well, you never know,
which means, I don't know. You're kind of a follower. You'll pretty much do what I tell you because I said I have a degree.
which was her way of being like, girl, I know you. You're gonna like how it feels.
Yeah, girl, I know you. You like to follow people that you perceive to be some sort of intellectual.
And she was right, because the truth is that using the word fat commonly, casually, as the morally neutral word that it absolutely is, with no offensiveness, takes the sting out of it.
If you call somebody who's short, they're still going to be offended by that. Even though some people are like, yeah, I'm short, they're trying to own up to it so it doesn't hurt as bad. I guess that's what's going on here. Like, overweight people are like, yeah, I know I'm fat. That's basically all that is. You're trying to take the sting out of it by being like, yeah, I know I'm fat. What else is new?
Really a description, like tall or short.
You see a short person, you're like, hey, look, you're short. Like, yeah, people don't like that either.
And the fact that I can refer to myself as fat and feel great about that is like next level liberation.
You don't feel great about that at all. Every time you call yourself fat, that's an admission of defeat. That's like saying, yeah, I've given up. All right, that was amazing. You loved every minute of it, and you thought that my commentary was very hilarious. Now let's look at the next clip. Now, this is in the same vein as the others, but the reason I'm including it mainly is because the chick on the left is just doing what a lot of people on TikTok do, which is duetting with somebody, but adding nothing to it. She's just gonna like point over at Hannah. We've all seen these meaningless duets on TikTok or a stitch or whatever, I don't know, whatever the hell you guys call it, but there's two of them, and then like somebody will be talking, and then the other person who stitched with them or duetted or whatever will just be like this. All those words that person is saying, that's how I feel. I couldn't articulate it as well as them, but yeah, I feel all those things. That's like when you buy a freaking greeting card. How stupid is that? You give your significant other a card. You go to the store and you're like, how do I feel about my wife? Well, I do love her, and I do wish her a happy anniversary, so let me find a card. And then you find a card and it's like, I love you so much. We've been together for 12 and a half years. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. And you're like, yeah, all these words that this other guy wrote, yeah, that's how I feel. People are so unoriginal, man. Why don't you just get a piece of paper and write how you feel and give it to somebody? How are you going to buy a piece of paper that has like emotions and stuff written on it that somebody else wrote, and then you give that to somebody? This is how I feel about you. This guy wrote it on this paper. That's how I feel for you, honey. And like, oh, gee, thanks. This took 5 minutes to buy, and none of your words are in this. This is some other man's words. Who is this man? I want to marry this man. He's a real romantic.
If you've watched any videos on my page, then you know that I use the word fat to talk about my own body and about fatness in general.
So yeah, this is the same video, but this chick is just going to point at it.
And a lot of people do, because the word fat is a morally neutral description, just like tall or short. And the word fat has also frequently been used as a weapon of abuse. So a lot of people still experience feeling...
Okay, I'm not sure why you're showing your face right here. You could have just re-uploaded her video. I see that you're nodding and you agree with the words that she says. That's very helpful. But yeah, we could use our own words. We could say, hey guys, I also think that the word fat is good to use. You could use your own words. This is all weird, man. Like, am I the only human being that thinks it's reprehensible to be so unoriginal and just bite people like that, just jocking each other left and right?
Feelings of pain and shame with it, which is completely understandable. Before I
slowly nod your head so I know that you agree. Okay, so this is how you feel too? Oh, all right. Okay.
Was comfortable using the word fat, I had a therapist who offered some alternative language for me to use, which I found to be very helpful at the time. So if you feel like you need...
Oh, this is actually a different video from the one we just watched. She did mention her therapist in the other one, but she said different stuff. But either way, yeah, the only reason I'm including this is because she is talking about the word fat, but mostly just because I want to talk about people that do this, where they just stitch or duet or whatever you call this with somebody else, and they add nothing to the conversation. They just nod or point at the other person. They do it a lot in the fat acceptance community.
a stepping stone for yourself, or if you need different language to use with people in your life who aren't comfortable with the word fat, feel free to use this.
That really assumes that the people in your life care a lot about this. You're going to educate people in your life about what phrases to use around the word fat and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares, dog. Like, nobody's going to that seminar, all right? Like, you made a whole seminar, how to properly address fat people, like, and then you're, like, standing on stage, like, waiting. You're like, it's 8 o'clock. They should be rolling in any moment now. All right, well, this thing was scheduled for 8 o'clock. We're now at 9 o'clock. They're coming any moment, I'm sure. Y'all want to learn how to properly address fat people, right? Yeah?
Another morally neutral way to talk about bodies is to talk about them in general descriptive terms.
Okay.
So saying things like a person in a larger body, a person in a medium body.
I thought you guys didn't like those terms. I thought you wanted to be called fat. What are you talking about?
This can make it easier to start thinking about body size as something that's morally neutral, and it can be helpful if you're not ready to use the word fat just yet.
Okay. Thank you, Hannah. And this chick that's sitting next to you, I don't know what you added to this conversation. I don't know why you stitched this or whatever. You could have just uploaded Hannah's video. Have you ever seen a reaction channel where they just literally watch the thing, and then every once in a while the camera will like look at their face and they'll be like, "You see that? You see that? Oh man, that's crazy." It's like the lowest effort content ever. I'm a reaction channel, but I always have a bunch of stupid crap to say, so it's different. One more clip for the road. Stop telling me to stop calling myself. That'd be funny if it ended right there. There was no, like, calling myself fat to it. It just said this. Stop telling me to stop calling myself. And then she picks up her phone, rings, dials her own number. She's like, it's busy.
Telling me to stop calling myself fat.
Ah, stop calling yourself fat. Oh, okay. I thought we were just wasting time with the phone company.
Fat is not a bad word.
So let me get this straight. It is okay for people to use the word fat in a shameful, derogatory, guilt-worthy, and oppressing term.
Yes, that is okay.
Towards big people.
Correct.
But the moment that big people and little bits of society start to realize that fat does not have to have a negative connotation towards it, it is not okay for us to use it to describe our bodies.
What? So this person is trying to say it was fine when everybody used the term fat in a derogatory manner, but now that we're trying to use it to uplift ourselves, everybody has a problem.
Why is it that everything else in life we want it to be big and fat? Big checks, fat houses, big cars, lots of food. Why is it okay for that, but the minute it comes to bodies, that is not acceptable?
I've never heard this argument before. That's funny. She's like, you want a bigger car, you want a bigger house, you want a bigger wallet, but you want a smaller wife? What the fuck?
I spent my life thinking that my body was not okay.
All right, why are you yelling at me? All right, man, I'm sorry that you put yourself through that, but why are you yelling at me? I spent my life hurting myself and then feeling bad about it, and people used to make fun of me. Okay, I don't know why you're yelling at me. I'm just some guy. I'm just some random jerk off on the internet.
I was on Weight Watchers at Fort fucking Teen.
Okay. Well, you know, it's not too late to turn it around. If you're still considering reducing the size of your body, there are many people that can help you, many different new ways of eating.
Some of my friends were on it when they were 12 because we were told we were not okay.
I guess it didn't work, huh? This is a very bad commercial for Weight Watchers or whatever diet plan that they were on. All my friends and I who were obese, we all got put on Weight Watchers. We're still obese, like 20 years later. Like, damn, Weight Watchers, you suck.
And once we realized it is okay to be fat and it's not bad, that we can't call ourselves fat.
The way that you're speaking so aggressively and angrily lets me know that it's not okay. You may be saying it's okay, but the way you're screaming it into my face lets me know that it's not okay. You don't feel okay with calling yourself fat or being referred to as fat, which is why you're screaming in my face.
What is good enough for you guys?
Jesus Christ. Dude, you don't owe me anything, friend. I don't know why you're asking what's good enough for you guys. You don't owe me or anybody else anything. I don't know why me, some random jerk-off online, has to be the one to tell you this. You're worthy enough. You don't need my approval. You don't need his approval. You don't need their approval. The only approval you need is your own.
For us to be called to be okay.
I just wanted to give you a quick sampling of different people talking about the ways in which to use the word fat and all of this type of stuff. That was pretty much it. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.